or anything about delivery to the station, the space station, not Dostoevsky station,
Yeah.
but and you got that. You've got this job that's a done deal if you want it, and then of course if there's you have the large landing area of the rest of that cargo, and then of course there's the station, there's Dostoevsky station itself, where you can drum up other work depending on what where you guys are thinking you want to.
Well, yeah, I think going after the robots is probably our next thing, but I think we definitely need to
Shop around.
consider. Yeah, I think we need to consider how we're going to do this. I I don't really have. Well, half of us don't have weapons for one thing, so I mean we need to kind of gear up a little bit in terms of weapons and armor. I think the best way to deal with robots is with other robots. So, I'm
We didn't
thinking,
really get any extra cash from the last job. It was Angelina gave us a physical, memory card to trade. We
Right. Yeah. Because she said she didn't have any money, but she had her position, in the ministry to be able to put that in. So that's going to give you time to actually build some of these things that you had been that you want to sort of investigate. Now, again, the powered stuff, the fancy weapons, the things like that, you're going to need to research, and that's a long time. That's going to take a while. That's going to take a while to do. But making straight up armor, basically the basic armors, like the non powered stuff from like suits up, suits, dress, and armor, or suits, armor, dress, are going to take some research, and the higher tech beam weapons and things of that nature. I mean, you can build basic guns and things. You still need some designs and things for them because although Dr. Stein he's got some skills. I mean, he's not an armorer, and the robots in the machine will build just about anything he needs, but he's got to specify all of that. And there's not plans roaming around that are basically 3D print plans to make guns and armor out there. So it's definitely not a push button thing. But I think you do have. So you took the guns from off the four, the three gangers and Victor. So, and I think I put those in your stat lines. I put those inside of your characters if you took them. So
we handled that.
Yeah. So
do we have an inventory?
So you get the four guns and the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or 3 grab bikes.
Only one, because all the other 3 were damaged.
Oh, that's true. That's the other 2 were damaged. So yes, you had one that was good. The only thing that you'll know is that at some point the rest of the Nosborowski are going to be back in their lair again. So I mean, you can't go back and loot it anymore. The knife fight's over. The thing is over now. But the one grab bike. So I added in the library data a bunch of vehicles. This is the Tech Level 10 grab bike. So it's this one right here, which is if you look at it, it's still quite an expensive piece of equipment. It's 300,000 credits, but it's Tech Level 10 grab bike. I mean, it's for 2 and.
So that's great. We're not tied to the service anymore. It's like the flying car, the spinner,
right.
fly around
Or
3D.
we could
Right.
sell it once Dr. Stein has
What?
had a look at it. Hang on. Once Dr.
No.
Stein has had a really good look at it and then is able to produce some later.
That, and I gave you one of these, the ground car. So that's what's parked. You've got a retro red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what
just
Dan's
think we
character
could buy an awful lot
drives
of
around
resources and equipment with the money we get by selling that once Stein's had a look at the specs and worked out how we could perhaps produce them. Just saying, guys.
Is there a character who has like a bike driving skill who might contest that and who thinks it's such a sweet bike that we shouldn't get rid of it?
yeah,
Yes.
it does. Yeah.
What we're talking about here. Okay.
Conga's your driver. He can fly jets. He's got wheeled vehicles. He's a pilot.
Okay. Does the bike give him a rise?
He's the same tech level as you guys are, so he does not have grav vehicle skill.
Oh.
In fact, probably the only one that could have grav vehicle skill is, in fact, Omen.
Who has grav vehicle 1?
Well, there you go.
Born to be wild.
That's what I used to smash that guy with.
Yep, that's good. No, you keep your 300,000 grav vehicle. We'll just put up things that aren't that expensive, like my life.
We'll happily eat baked beans out of cans for the rest of our lives while you flit around with a 300,000 credit bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I will, and I will enjoy it.
Yep,
He's
the higher up they are, the more rocks
I
get
see
in.
you trying to be sarcastic, but no, I'm really keeping it. I like it.
But I'll mash your sarcasm with more sarcasm.
Yeah.
How about that?
We might have. Well, let's let Omen take charge of that bike because we might have, one other.
How desperate in the red are we?
We might have an enemy to run over in such a dramatic fashion as last time. So we gotta.
Unless we can
One
all,
bike.
The only weapon I
all
really
fit on
do
that
have.
grav bike, we're not going anywhere. Apart from with our
You all fit in the car.
Yeah, the car doesn't go outside of the city very well. And if we're to track down the robots, if we're to track down the down cargo bays, we need off-road capability, which is what a grav bike is. We don't have 3 grav bikes.
Don't the robots build like highways through the cities that they're trying to
Some
concern?
are highway builders, some are
cities.
city builders.
That's the thing, though. How long will it take for him to construct a grav bike? I imagine it isn't that easy.
Yeah, a long time. He's got. I mean, think about an engineer who understands all the parts in it, but he's not an aerospace engineer, or he's not a. You know what I mean? Like he could copy it, but
he doesn't have grav tech. I think is
he doesn't. I mean, he had to pull it all apart and maybe not be able to put it back together again. I mean, he'd be making some rolls. I mean, it's there's like I said, there's some serious research involved to do something big like that. But I mean, basically, if you think about it, once he gets, I guess the best word is recipes, right? I mean, once you get recipes for something, it's just a matter of cranking it out, and you can make it basically once you have a recipe for something, you can make it for 50% of the price. That's kind of
I can make robots all day long.
Yep.
But you can
we
make
still need to be able to
robots.
deliver them to fight the other robots. We still need
Well,
a delivery
but I've got
system.
robotics. My point is, I got robotics too.
Yeah, and
So-
that's going to either have to be wheel tracked or legged because you don't have gravitics.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's the only thing I can build.
Okay. Yeah. No. I thought you could build armor and ammunition.
Yeah, he can build armor, the basic armors that because it's just simply material that's formed into plates that go over the body, right?
And I could probably build ammunition.
So I will show you. Okay,
because I've got chemistry skill.
But are you going to take the? I mean, are you going to actually? So you said you did enter the confirmation code for the robot job. Did you say that, Steve?
No, I've left it to the group because I'm stepping back from leadership because the last time I did that, somebody died that didn't have to die. This is my character's angst.
We'll have to prepare for the robot retirement job, but I wanted to.
You're so coy, Steve. You're so coy.
I know.
I wanted to try to gather more. Freelancer rumors. If we can go back to the club again.
Okay.
Yep. That's cool.
I don't have any clear idea what to. Oh, we should probably find more out about the biz of being robot retirement. Maybe that wasn't our line as freelancers before. We got to find out.
Why don't we get Sid to do some computer rolls to see, what kind of. What I'm curious about, I can make pretty simple firearms. I can make a shotgun or something pretty basic or rifle. But what we need, I mean, shooting a robot with a trank is not going to put it down, and shooting them with a bullet, is a little more effective. But
what about a heap round?
There's probably a better way to do this. I mean, if there's like an electronic shock round or something like that,
EMP?
Right. There's EMP guns, yeah, and they're actually in the, if you go into the library data, into the encyclopedia, under the range weapons, the Colonial Encyclopedia, here are some of the common. I mean, there are probably more out there, but these are some of the common ones that that are of that kind of thing that are around. So there's small EMP projectors, and there's and I think there's a larger one too. But basically, the thing is, the effect that it does is the EMP effect, which robots have no armor against. So basically, the thing can have, it can have a 25 armor value, and no gun you got will pierce it. Yeah. But the EMP is going to be 2d6 plus 3, and that's going to be it. If you roll 12, it's done. I mean, it's it's not going to have any kind of unless it's some kind of super duper military, that's got some kind of cage armor.
Yeah.
It's how many of those are we going to run into?
Yeah. Like in the first Star Wars.
These tech level 12 EMP projectors are for your domesticated robots, not for your military robots. I mean, they are going to have armor against that, but these will get you there.
Well, you have a plasma rifle for the military robots.
Well, there you go.
So what about lasers?
Yeah, lasers should be pretty good, unless they got reflex.
Yeah, lasers will do it too.
Well, I'm not sure I can make a laser.
Now, lasers still go against their armor. So if they have armor, it's still an armor penetration kind of thing. It does burn and penetration.
Well,
but
and probably lasers are not as effective regular firearm rounds because they're reflective, right?
Yeah.
Last one in the list.
Metal.
Gauss rifle, medium Gauss rifle, 12. 12 is the tech level.
Yep.
Now Gauss rifles should be fun. Would that be like the first Star Wars movie, the little Jawa comes out, or no, the whatever it is, the little sand person not even sand people. What are the small ones? The sand people.
Jawas. The Jawas. Sand people of the Tusken Raiders.
Jawa pops up and shoots R2D2 with these bolts
that's
of
a Jawa.
lightning and
That's
everything, and then freezes over.
Yeah, that's an EMP thing.
Is that EMP or Gauss?
It's more like EMP. Gauss fires a needle at incredibly.
Yeah, Gauss.
Oh, so that's the projection method. Okay.
Yeah, magnetic.
Yeah. Okay. So EMP things for sure.
Yeah. So with this, the types of weapons out there in this game are much more diverse because I'm using the Traveler 5 stuff. So having, and actually I like it for that because bullets eventually will be an outdated kind of idea. I mean, having better rocket guns or the accelerator stuff and the Gauss stuff and then the plasma. So what the later versions of Traveler, and then it looks like he brought it on in T5. He started getting away from the idea that plasma and fusion are really, like, they are fantastic, but they disperse faster. Because basically what it is, it's a laser beam that a ball of plasma is riding. So to keep it together and to keep it hot. So it doesn't have it has the penetration power, and it does a lot of damage. I mean, it's nasty, but it doesn't shoot nearly as far as some of the the accelerator stuff, the rocket, basically the rocket guns and the guns that use gravity to or gravitics to shoot bullets and
the
things.
slug throws.
Right, or lasers, near lasers. So I put a couple, and the nice thing about the T5 rules is what they do is there's a variety of effects that they do. So like, if you have, in the old game, if you have armor, if you have combat armor on, well, that's awesome. But somebody shoots you in the face with a gas gun, like, unless it's sealed, it doesn't protect you at all. So in this, you've got guns have effects and armors have defenses. So anything that's like bullet or penetration, that's armor. But there's other things, there's other possibilities out there that you may have a gun that nobody has. For instance, the EMP is a perfect example. Robots have no cage defense whatsoever. So if it's a super duper giant construction bot with tons of armor and giant robot arms to kill you with, and you shoot it with a little EMP gun, you roll the 2d6 on the damage location table, but it's +3 with no negatives whatsoever. You subtract armor and add your penetration, right? That's how the damage table works. They would get no modifier. I mean, it's just like shooting somebody with no armor on, But so there's things like that. So the idea is that I wanted wonky, crazy, different kinds of weapons because it makes perfect sense here that people are taking it reminds me of the feudal Japan where the farmers aren't allowed to have weapons, so they're taking acid sprayers that they get rid of crops with and turn them into guns, and there's all this wildcatting and weird stuff out there because it's not entirely legal. Now, of course, the military stuff, if you look at some of that, they're fantastic. They're it is every bit of like it is a Traveler. If you bring no armor to a gauze gun fight and everyone's dead, it's still every bit of that, right? In fact, even your accelerator pistol, if you turn it up to 3, if someone with no armor will just die. It will just kill them. If you hit them, it will just kill them. It might damage the gun, but you can see the Tech Level 12 accelerator rifle has an effect of bullet 10. So it's +10 to your 2d6 roll, with a 12 being the kill. So someone with no armor on that gets hit by a Tech Level 12 accelerator rifle just dies. So something to keep in mind as well for you guys. But but you see a lot of that running around.
The snub accelerator pistol 10. This is a typical personal defense weapon. Wildcats for sale in the black market. And somebody's got some serious mosquitoes.
No, that's me. That's me. Harlem.
Okay. It's not that bad. It just was kind of funny.
I've just got some extra strength fly spray.
I think you actually have. I think somebody's got one of those right now. Don't one or two of you've got one of these right now.
I've got a snub pistol that's got ordinary rounds and.
Oh no! I'm sorry. That's the one with the bullets and track. I'm looking at the EMP projector.
Oh, EMP.
There's a standard snub EMP projector 12. Okay. Well, is there not a way to make ammunition for the snub accelerator pistol that has an EMP component?
No. It shoots. EMP shoots an actual EMP beam, like pulse. Not a bullet that does it.
So
okay.
Yep, so that would be similar to like a laser weapon if you had to have a skill in it.
Pretty much. Now
I have laser pistol 1.
Now the projector 12. Also, if you see where it says P1 through 3, that's the power setting. So it does have a setting on it of 1, 2, and 3. So it can do EMP3, EMP6, or EMP9. But again, if you put it on power setting 2 or 3, you've got to make 2 quality rolls. 1 quality roll if you put it on 2, 2 quality rolls if you put it on 3, which is basically about a 7. It's like a 7+ roll, or the quality of it will go down by 1. So basically, it's brand new. It gets a quality of 5. Every time you miss that roll, it goes down 4, 3, 2, etc. The closer it gets to 1, stuff starts breaking on it, or it starts jamming, or it starts if you want to take a couple, if you want to get a hold of a couple of these, put them all up in 3 and like burn them out, and throw them down and pull another one out and burn them out. I mean, they would be horrible against robots. But the other thing too is they don't shoot far. So medium range is the longest at the because it's an EMP beam. It's not like it's not a laser beam.
So we need to get really close to them or create an EMP bomb. Drone EMP bomb in the middle of them. Boom.
Nah, we need to make some EMP pistols.
Well, these you can buy.
Making an EMP.
So if you have legitimate reason, if you're actually this is something you can kind of get with permits, etc. Because an EMP does nothing to the human body whatsoever. I mean, you can walk around the mall and shoot this at everybody, and nothing happens to it.
How much are they?
1,800.
1,800.
Well, so let's sign up for the job so that we can get the license. And I guess it's more expensive to make these than it is to buy them.
You'll have to research. you'll have to research all the parts of one. You basically have to buy one, pull it apart, and then we'll go through the research rules at some point. And then you can make them for half price. But I can tell you, it's going to be like, I'm just going to ballpark it and say months of research.
Yeah, it's easier just to buy them. I mean, 1,800 a piece is not that much.
So I will show you this.
We're going to get paid a bunch.
Since you put in the confirmation code, I will show you. This is the map of where you will go. It's big, so it may take a minute. But I've got down in the lower right where it is in relationship on the large map. So you can see it's about 2 hexes away. So about you said much about 2 hexes is about the limit of civilization around each one of these cities. So it's right on the edge of the civilized area. You come into the north part of that map on the last leg of its train into Jabivka, and Jabivka actually does have a road. That's the black line. The MS2 road actually does go by land all the way out past all the kolkhozes. Kolkhozes are collectives. They're not owned by the state, but they're owned by the individuals. But they're still collectives. So these are all farming collectives as you're getting out here. And you can see it's kind of dotted. They're the ones that they've got the round machines that do all the automatic watering and seeding and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of an aerial map of where you'll go. But probably the last civilized stop you'll make is Zimichatny Zastava. It's like an outpost. It's kind of the last place you can like gas up and gear up or food up or whatever. And if you put this into the computer, which I'm sure once you get this information, I'm sure you've got some time to do a little bit of Googling. Let me grab it here. Let me make this available to you now. And so this should be so Zimilchalny Zatava should be popping up now, and under the maps and data and locations, you'll see it if you want to access it again.
Crazy icon.
Actually, it should just be known. I'm all over the typos. Isn't known, not knows. Isn't known. There we go. Fixed.
All right. So, I mean, in the time remaining, why don't we just kind of prep for that, our next adventure?
Okay,
and
so how long have we got, and how much
and
is
then go
it
from
paying,
there.
and is there an advance to buy equipment?
So what you'll get for this, it has some prerequisites that you have to have your own transport. You'll have to have weapon credentials. Basically you to be a legal operator of with weapons. Basically that is you showing them that you have the skill, and then they basically give you some kind of an official certificate that says you are not an idiot with a gun. So we're gonna let you use weapons outside of the city. And then you have to have EMP weapons. Like they want you to have. I mean, they don't want you to destroy it. It is all their stuff. I mean, they want you to deactivate it, not destroy all their stuff. But you also know that, again, they don't know how long ago that they've, or how long it's been since they've been malfunctioning. How bad the malfunction is. I mean, squatters or who knows who could have come by and be picking up and running off with stuff or whatever. So they don't expect it to all be there. When they send another construction crew of actual people out to see what's going on or repair people or whatever. In fact, they may send no one at all. They may send more robots. You know, I mean, the thing is, there's probably 100 more of these builds going on right now, and there's just physically not enough people to go out and administer them. So, you know, so like I said, so the way she sold this to you is that, you know, this is a job that you would normally be able to get, and the side perk is there's probably a lot of really cool stuff out there that you can just have. You know, so that's kind of like the big sell. I mean,
what happens to the robots?
Point of view.
What happens to the robots we take down? I mean, do we just take them with us and sell them for scrap?
So the ones you retire will be. I mean, they now when you get into robots, now we're talking millions of credits of stuff, right?
So they want them back.
Yeah, they're gonna want. I mean, they're gonna eventually send probably a robot survey crew of people out there to, you know, see what they still have, what's still there, etc. But I can't really give you a definite. It's one of those things, right? You know, like you know, a TV still may have fallen off the back of the truck, kind of thing. You know, I mean, it's that kind of thing. You know.
All right, how many players should we plan on? 5? I mean, is Jerry gonna?
Well, I don't think Jerry will be able to, but Dan should be able to. I think 5's safe with either one of them.
When we start back, I know it's going to be after the holidays now, right? So, you know, if we want to change the day to make it possible for Jerry, I mean, the thing is, my Fridays, it doesn't matter which Friday it is for me. Mm-hmm. Just, yeah, I guess it depends on whatever everyone else says, but
it doesn't really matter for me either.
Yeah,
all right, so I've got a fair amount of money. I've got like 20,000 credits.
Yeah, so you'll need transport. I mean, you're gonna need your own transport. There is physically a road, but if you look at the scale there in the lower right of that, when you get to the last place, it is many hundreds of miles still before you get out there. And when you get past Zimmelchitney Station, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing past that. And you know, there could be places where that road has been washed out because of a river. There could be giant critters roaming around on it. There could be, I mean, like, the thing is, no one goes out there except the robots. You know, if the robots break, they fly out more robots or whatever. You know, it's all, you know, in fact, the administrators for that project are probably robots. They'll send out more robots. You know, it's, you know, the humans only provide the very, very top tier of administrative, you know, oversight into these kind of builds.
Okay, so everybody on your character sheet, write down standard snub EMP projector 12.
And you can just cut and paste it out of the weapons. That's what I would do.
Standard snub.
I can't even get my character sheet open just yet. It's really
standard snub EMP projector 12.
So they're the weapons, and it's the one.
Oh crap!
It's the fourth one down.
Oh, man, come on. God.
And it's laser weapons to fire it, isn't it? What's the skill?
Laser or energy.
Yeah, I got laser.
Laser 0. Okay.
Laser 1.
I can aim in the general direction of the robot.
Julian Philpotts, have you read about the 7 private messages I've sent you yet?
What? PMs?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I guess the answer is no.
I guess no. Okay, and also under the basic armors, everything that suits armors, dresses, and units, that's big time. Like, you can't buy that. But
we get cloth, right?
Or, I mean, you can build. So there's plate 11, which is armor 8, which is, you know, almost twice as much as cloth. It's basically high tech plate mail. I mean, it's, you know, it's just, I mean, you know, you got enough science know-how to make a composite material that is an armor, you know, and it's just strapping plates on a suit. um,
Is he making this, or are we buying it?
So the armor, pretty much from like cloth down, like cloth, flak mesh. You and jack and things like you can buy that. You can buy that. You know, the military helmets and things like that, probably not. But you know, people do walk around with some protection. But the plate 11, it is 20,000 credits to buy, but it would only be 10,000 credits for you to build. Remember, everything is
I'm not going to spend 10,000 credits on armor for these boobs.
Don't have to. I've got my armor. That's all I need. And I'm not a boob.
What if I give you 10,000
Steve,
credits?
Just because you've been in a porn video and have the biggest bed in the compound doesn't mean that it's all about you. Okay, doesn't mean that it's all
sweetheart.
about
It is. Come on, we
Why
all
you guys
know we
also, so why
get
you guys
these
looking
drama
over
divas and all that crap.
Yeah, so why you guys looking over equipment? I mean, you did say that
yeah, I made Steve's armor, and I think
that you were going to go back by Sidrovich's and see what's snapping in there.
Yes,
you are a superstar there now.
Yeah, just what I
everybody knows your face. Everybody
just
knows
my face.
All the freelancers, so if you go to that place, you are going to get all kinds, from let me buy you a drink to proposals to you know, it's you know, until your 15 minutes of fame wears off, you are only about in minute 2.
Oh,
Come on, that was a classic video. He's going to be like 90 saying, "Yeah, I was in the porn video, and it was, you know, we kill the guy, we kill the star."
yeah.
If it's anything like today, it'd be gone by a week.
That's right. So okay, so that's cool. I sort of smile, not. Yeah, it doesn't matter about my psychology.
The only thing if I get at Sidrovich is you know, he'll probably say, you know, hey, you, it's our buddy. He's the leader of the new guys. Everyone's like, hey, the new guys.
I sort of just nod. Sort of go,
He says, how's it going, my well-hung superstar?
I say, I don't get embarrassed about it at all. I say, it goes very well, and smile at him. But I don't. I'm not going to appear cocky.
Notoriety for good or for bad.
I am not going to get a big head over this. I'm just going to be cool and calm and ordinary as
You're just
Darwin is.
cocksure and fancy free.
Yeah. No. Well, I don't want to appear to be too cocky, because that just invites challenges, and I'm still not fully healed, and I don't want to go through again in a hurry. I can't seem to pace that revolver.
Whenever I'm seen with Steve, I always make sure I'm wearing those blue surgical gloves. Not Steve. What's your character's? No, Darwin. Whenever I'm around Darwin, I always make sure I wear my blue surgical rubber gloves.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Just in case.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that. Well, you're my personal physician, aren't you?
Actually, I love those characters from Firefly. They were just so creepy with the suits, and then those blue plastic or rubber gloves. They were creepy. I always wanted to do that.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not seeing the prices for these. Maybe I can't open the thing up far enough. I'm on my laptop.
For the guns, you got to expand the.
No, for the armor.
Same thing. You got to
Basically,
expand to the right.
basically, I mean, cloth armor is.
What are you worried about for armor? I've got armor.
Jesus, Steve. It's not about you.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Open it up more. So the cloth 8 is 250.
Yeah, so just write down cloth armor.
And it protects your torso, arms, and legs. So again, that's why we roll hit location, because you might get hit in a spot that doesn't have any armor.
Well, remember, mine doesn't have any arms. That's all.
Yep.
Also, what's the value of reflect?
It's against laser
5,000. But it's what does it cost? And then like 5,000.
No, I just need the armor value because I haven't put that on my armor. That's all. Sorry, I've got the cloth stuff, but I haven't put the reflect.
Reflect 10 is armor 10.
10. Okay, thank you. I know it's only versus lasers, but I just need to know that.
But it's armor 10, which is
cool.
Great. I mean, because again, on that chart, 12 is dead, and 10 and 8 and 9, pretty much 8 up is bad. Is serious wound or dead. So
yep, I'm happy with that. As long as I don't get hit in the arm.
So can we put in requests for armor for start to make us?
I don't have time to make armor.
Don't you?
Glenn, you can make shields. I have shields in here. I'm just saying.
Shield range. No, I mean, look, if they're not dwarves, and they don't know how to stand in. Oh, fuck it.
And then
I'll go. We can buy a reflect from somewhere, can't we?
Yeah. Pretty much everything cloth down is available.
How much is reflect?
Reflect is only 10 because remember that's the stuff that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So buy yourself some reflect. I mean, if you can afford to buy your own armor, buy your own armor.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a reflect. I want to buy plate 11 because I do have the credits. I've got like 100,000 credits.
That's right. That's right. You were a scout. You had a bunch of money.
And I haven't had time to spend it all.
Why am I buying you shit? You should buy shit for me.
Yeah.
No.
Why don't you buy?
I was gonna ask if I give you 10 credits.
Does anybody have Streetwise?
10,000 credits.
Sorry, Streetwise.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got Streetwise.
Okay, so
one.
Okay, so I would say just having it will reduce the difficulty. So I'd say a seven or better, and you can probably find somebody in the higher you roll above the 7, the less gouging I'll make it. If you want to just
my social standing of 9 is that going for me or against me in Streetwise?
It's for you. Yeah, it's for you.
Okay, so I get a 2 then all up. Okay, good luck. So I'll try to find some. What am I looking for? Armor.
Plate armor. That will do it. So okay, so 30%. I want to say it's 12. All right, yeah. So for 20% more, so that's what 2,000 more. So 22,000. Basically, you can find a guy who's through another freelancer. Basically, all the deals like this happen at Dostoevsky Station. I mean, that's where it all goes.
Where I'm at.
So, basically, there's somebody who's just gone through having to do some kind of job outside the city, and kind of tells you, yeah, there are awfully large, nasty critters out here, and I had, a guy make me this, and I don't need it anymore. I'm not going back out there again. But so yeah, you can have it, and for 22,000, you can possibly get a suit of plate 11. So like that's so at tech level 11, that's like, is that bonded super dense? I mean, it's basically the tech level 11 material,
Right.
Plastic. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be picky about this one.
And it's pretty much looks like space version of full plate mail armor. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Well, it's high tech. what do they call them? The plates you put in ballistic armor that the cops use, trauma plates.
Yeah.
It's just they're like ceramic. They're ceramic trauma plates, or high-tech ceramic trauma plates.
It's like level 11 or something like that.
Are they cumbersome? Like, do I have to worry about anything like that?
No, they are. So it's armor 8, and it's heavy though. It's 18 kilograms. But it's full head to toe protection.
So it's probably like cloth armor with the trauma plates attached to the chest and to the thighs and calves and shoulders and all that sort of stuff. And back.
So I'll walk around in mesh if I need like the heavy stuff. I'll bring out the plate. But,
yeah, that's definitely you're definitely not walking around town.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'll buy some reflex.
People will ask you questions.
Yeah, the police will arrest you and draw guns down on you.
So yeah, so at tech level 10, it's crystal iron, is what it's made out of. So it's not quite super dense, but it's crystal iron material.
Well, and it's probably not quite like full plate. It's probably more like, I don't know. It's probably like a chest and back plates, and plates added to certain portions of the body. I would think. Because when you got guns entering the equation, you want to have a little more mobility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say kind of like probably a skinnier, a lighter looking version of a bomb suit, right?
Yeah.
You're not quite that bulky because it doesn't give you any stat. It doesn't take away from any of your stats or anything. So you still have full. You can run in it and all of that.
All right, so I bought me a plate and reflect 10. Okay. Look at the equipment here. So I'm probably gonna have to buy med kits.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, so there's a really really long list in the Colonial Encyclopedia of equipment.
Yeah, I'll write it down and.
Yeah, I wish I could make it easy to navigate, but unfortunately you can't put links inside of stuff here. It just won't let you do it.
Yeah. No, we'll keep going. I'll write a list and send it to you somehow.
So are you going to buy Pierre cloth armor?
All right, that's up to Pierre.
Yeah, how much is the cloth armor that we were talking about? I was wondering how much I should pay overall.
Just straight up cloth is only $250, and there's.
But it's good for the price.
10 points.
No, it's the armor.
Tech level.
5.
Yeah, 5. 5 points armor. And then there's helmets as well. I mean, you can get for 300 an armor 4 crew helmet, which is basically like a this big, looks like a helicopter pilot looking kind of.
We don't need. We're like SG-1. We don't need helmets. we just get the caps,
right, until the first guy gets a headshot.
Yeah, armor protecting caps.
Or the guy who's got the giant scar over his left eye.
Okay, what do we pay? Do I pay anything for the EMP projector?
They're 1,800. If you can afford to pay for them, pay for them.
Oh, there is the price. Okay, right, 1,800, 750. Yeah, that's easy. And the helmet is how much?
How is it everybody's got money?
I have 750.
Now,
I can't buy any
before-
of this.
Before they didn't.
Old mustering out stuff and
Huge mustering out
Owen's character rolled big
Merchant.
money.
Yeah,
No, but everybody's been poor mouthing until this moment, and I
I'm
We don't have
still
any
poor,
I don't have
baby.
any money.
Well,
Oh,
first,
I ain't got
First-
100,000.
no one asked you. You just said, "Oh, here, I'm gonna give you that."
No, I said,
Okay.
let's buy some stuff. Everybody was going, well, I don't have any money.
Well, that was just Steve, because Steve
Just
doesn't have
me.
any money.
Nope.
No one else. did
Darwin
anything.
doesn't have any. Well, he has 750 credits. That's it.
All right. So
And I stole a bike, so I don't know.
I will.
We could have substantial group funds if we didn't own a grave bike. All I'm saying.
We
Yeah,
already have substantial group funds.
Wait,
Just you don't
we own a
have
group
any
bike?
funds. You don't have any funds.
I have 750 credits.
Yeah, so I was asking, how much is the crew helmet?
300,
300. Okay.
Yep. and it's a kilogram.
And what does it do for protection?
4. It's armor 4.
4 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll buy one as well. Crew helmet. That's the only type of helmets we can buy.
That's the biggest thing that's like legal.
Oh, I apologize. What's the price again? 250.
300.
300.
Yeah, 300. And it's actually more expensive for the helmet than it is for the actual cloth armor, which is funny.
Well, the cloth armor is nothing to write home about.
And
Besides,
I think
you probably want better protection on your noggin anyway.
And I think Pierre did ask to buy some laser weapons, but he failed a roll.
That's right.
Yeah.
At least I have a real
What do
one
you
that
need?
works.
Do you need streetwise or do you want legal?
Yeah. So did you actually read my Facebook message, Julian Philpotts?
Spacebook.
Yeah. I know you're getting it.
Are you talking about in the chat or what?
Yeah.
Chat. Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay.
Days were going by, and I was like starting to think about increasing the numbers, to meet this guy again.
Okay, because I thought I did a roll and I failed, but now you're
Last
giving me
time,
another chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, remember remember it didn't go down because,
Oh, okay.
long story short, the fuzz showed up. Remember, and you guys had to sort of break it off.
Okay. I can do another roll then. It would take streetwise and what characteristic?
Streetwise, probably in dexterity, because you're trying to be sneaky.
All right, let's see what that gives me. Oh, a +2 dex. I mean, a +2 dex bonus. So, streetwise 1, dex +2.
And if we ever recall last time, it was 7-11. There was two rolls. It was one to make the contact, and then one to actually have the deal go down and not get nicked or whatever. Because it's
Oh shit! I would have liked to have been in on this because I need a laser weapon.
okay.
Not that high.
Yeah. So you got the first one, and now's the 11. Now's the big one.
Okay. Same kind of roll.
Yep. Same kind of roll.
+1, +2.
So close. Oh, you got a brownie point. Could add 1 to it. You only need 1. You only need 1 more.
What do you mean a brownie point? I got. Oh, I see. I need 11. Okay, so if I spend the brownie point, that's just a plus.
You can make it a re-roll, or you can make it a +1, and you can do it after the roll. So I mean, why roll again? Why not just add it to +1? Because you roll a 10.
Okay, spending the brownie point.
Okay, so just make a note of that.
Do I get a shiny
everybody
one?
you got 1 per term. Remember, and remember right from the get-go, Omen spent 1 to re-roll his morale. So, but then you got another 1 back. So you got 1 as a adventure. So if you hadn't spent any, you should have 4 now. You get 1 per term, and then you
1
get
per
them
session. You mean? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Well, not 1 per session, but 1 per term of service you served as a character.
Okay.
Yeah, so you started out with 3 because you were 3-term character, and you got another one as a reward for finishing the last.
Right. So I'm back down to 3 then.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you're back down to 3 again.
Got
so
it.
you can take the laser weapon. It's make a note that it's only quality 3 because it looks like it's been through it a little bit. So however it was acquired, it was probably it's either changed hands a couple times, or it's or it was taken from wreckage or something. But
So if I were to copy a stats block and change the quality, Would
That's
that
it.
do it?
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Which
So,
one is it then?
it's the one. It's the one at the bottom. It is, and that's why. That's why. So the first role was to make contact with the guy again, and to do it without being monitored. All right. I mean, without having, et cetera. And then the second was the more difficult thing, was to set up the meeting, because what he gave you was super. Remember, when you were inquiring about it adventurers ago, at the station, somebody answered another freelancer answered your post and said, "Hey, yeah, I do have this thing."
Good. Okay.
So you made the role. So basically what it is a where's it at there? Alternate plasma, light plasmatic accelerator, solar projector. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's at the end of the pistols. The ultimate heavy laser pistol 14.
Got it.
It's that one with a quality 3 instead of a quality 5. Now, the only thing about it is you do still have to pay for it. I mean, and he wants 5 times the actual cost of it. That's the deal. I mean, he wants this much, and he's got the power pack that's in it and an extra power pack to give you. The downside of that is you won't be able to get any more, but hopefully you can you give it to the good doctor and he can make you some more.
Is power pack included in the total cost?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm definitely my mustering out stuff is definitely melting like snow. But I got all this sweet stuff, good enough for me. 89.
That is awesome. I mean, that's
I have, and I'm just copying the blocks. Everybody can see it on my sheet now. And the price, subtract 4,200 from the current amount for 7.
And both packs are full, and he kind of gives you the 101 about like how to use it, because it is like a high tech item, but it's not. I mean, it's not. I'm not. It's not trying to figure out how a computer works. It's just loading and pulling a trigger and all that. So the high points of that is it's got a reliability of 2, and reliability helps you with some of the conditions. Like, so when you got to make notice it has a P1 through 3 also. When you go to make the quality rolls for this thing, because it's reliable, you can add +2 to that. So you'll have to roll 7 or better with a +2 bonus because it's reliable. If you set it to a higher setting. So if you set it on setting 2, it would do burn 10, pen 4, which means it would do 14 points of penetration, which means it would kill anyone without armor outright. But you had to make a quality roll, and you got to roll 7 or better, or the quality goes down by 1. But because it has a reliability of 2, it means it's made really awesome. You get a +2 bonus to that, so it's only a 5 or better. If you turn it to setting 3, it would do burn 15, pen 6, or a total penetration of 21. That's penetrating like battle dress and combat armor and stuff like that. Just to give you an idea. It also shoots very long, which is like going on a kilometer. Like it's awesome. It's awesome. But the downside is you only have 2 clips. You have 2 energy power packs, and that's it.
So then I have to wait and recharge them. That takes time.
Pretty much. Yep.
Okay. It's all on the sheet if I have it correctly, and I marked the change quality in red, so you can change the font color to do that.
Yeah. So let's say so if you ever turn it up and you miss the roll, it'll go down. If it goes down to 0, it just stops working.
Yeah. Well, I'm just a merchant type originally, so well, I hope I never have to use it. If I'm with Medical 1, if I have one of my colleagues who's very badly wounded, then I got to use take the last medical device is my laser. Say, nice knowing you, pal. Brang, rap. Pressure cooks the brains,
and it's
payless.
It's over a kilo, so it's a honking big. It's like a Han Solo blaster big.
Yeah. I don't want to shoot first, though. No, I don't want to do that.
All right, I'm glad you made that because that was your last opportunity to try to make that deal. I rolled a termination roll and it didn't go through. That if you couldn't meet that guy this time, or if it didn't go down, he was
worth the brownie point. Worth it.
He was going to sell to somebody else.
Is there an opportunity to get a less powerful laser pistol?
I'll say
Weapon?
it's tough, and he's been making a couple of rolls, and I've been doing a couple of things for him to get in that situation, like getting a lot of the lower level guns that won't, either get you caught or are kind of easy to crank out in the city are possible, but going back to Zemlchetny Zastava, that last station out there on the outskirts, I bet you'll find, and it says it on the description of it, that's kind of where, like, you're outside the city and outside all the laws.
Yeah, I'll wait till we get that in.
Yeah, like that's going to be the kind of place where you want to walk in there with some cash because Crazy Igor's got the deal for you. Never shot and only dropped once.
Really?
Well, how do you get it off the truck?
Through the back door, my friend.
But yeah, that'll be
it fell off and he just picked it up.
That'll be the place for that stuff. And there is, I mean, he's not here, but well, he's probably around doing something else. He's coming back and forth between the Janissaries, but Conga tells you that he wrote down in his care sheet the bit of info he got that at some point in the future, you guys are totally unprepared to do this, but he talked about the military depot. He's got the location. On some of the outskirts, like the outer worlds, some of these ice balls out there. If you imagine sort of the equivalent of like how Russia stores all its stuff out in fields that doesn't use anymore. It's rumored that places like that exist, and he actually got a line on something like that. That there's a surplus military depot, somewhere out in the outer edge of the system. Yeah, getting there, patrols and getting stuff off of it or whatever. That's a whole other can of worms. But he does have a line on getting you the information for that. Should you get to the point where you decide you want to tackle something that big.
All right. Anybody need anything else?
Oh, did someone mention medical kits?
Yeah, I'm buying them now.
Okay.
Do we need multiple or just the one will do?
Two might be best, maybe, just in case we're going into unknown territory.
Yeah.
We don't know how big these things are going to get, and then there's those other big creatures out there.
I'm just looking. We've got masks, don't we?
Yeah, we bought some.
Yeah, I do.
We did when we went out to find the doctor. Yeah.
All right, maybe I just haven't written it down. I think it was multiple masks.
Combi.
Variation.
Respirator filter.
I'm looking at some of the prices of the vehicles. There's tracked ATVs. A Tech Level 6 tracked ATV is something you probably find out there in the outside the city, or maybe even in the city. They're not millions. They're a Tech Level 6 tracked ATV is $49,000. That's not horrible. It's off-road 50 kilometers an hour, road 80 kilometers an hour. But some of the lower, I take a look through the vehicle. Through this bit here, it's in the library data. Some of your lower tech, maybe even an air cushion vehicle. No, they're getting into the hundreds. They're getting air cushion and up. We're starting to get a little pricey, but the APC. Oh no, the APC is 500,000. That's because it's armored and stuff. Yeah. So there's some ATVs. Yeah, the ATVs, the Typical 6 ATV and the tracked ATV aren't horribly expensive, and they actually have cargo cargo space and some decent room and not bunches of armor, but armor enough for critters.
Well, the wheeled one, 100 kilometers on a road and 35 off-road, guys. If you get a wheeled one, if we want to think of that.
Yeah, if you're interested in that, I mean, you do have to provide. So remember, the terms of it is you'll get the permits from them. You just have to have your own weapons and your own transport. I mean, how you get out there? I mean, you can put your ground car on the train and get it out there and take the road. It's just that you're going to be in a ground car on a road, and when you get past the station, the last stop, Zimichelnis, there's no telling what the condition of those roads will be, because probably no one has probably been out there since the scout, the Colonial Scout survey crew was out there, and actually Omen knows a bit about this because this is one of the things he used to do. I mean, there's dozens of worlds. I mean, like 30 worlds in a lot of these solar systems that need to be mapped and cataloged, etc. And and again, there's physically not million. There's only about a quarter. 250 million people. Period. So there's lots of places here that lots of places on these planets that no one's ever been, and that or it's been people like Omen and crew that have gone to catalog them. Taking an aerial map and then bam, that's it. In fact, the map you have is probably an aerial survey map made by the Colonial Scout Service.
I was about to say, is there someone I can get in contact with to see if they've got more details?
Absolutely.
In the area?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. In fact, probably a bit that you probably would have already done that, and the bit of detail about the station or the Zimichelnis, the Zastava is basically the, I think it equates to the Great Bazaar or something like that, or is probably where you got some tips about what was there and the names of the cities and the towns, and probably the aerial map probably was on the disc, but filling in all the gaps with the cities and whatnot is probably something that you would be able to to fill in as well, and probably just by asking or log it into a Colonial Scout database or something would probably tell you, this is not too far south of the equator. And remember, it is January, so it's still winter, but it's not. But you're around the equator, so it's not real cold. So you're not going to have snow or inclement weather or anything like that. I mean, you might have some rain. You got normal, some of that kind of stuff. I mean, this is a bit. Ruskaya Zemlya is like I said, it's a hardier world with hardier creatures and hardier weather, but not snow. There won't be snow this close to the equator, so that's something else you can probably tell. You can probably even get 10-day forecasts and stuff like that. I mean, there's local news that isn't doing it, but Colonial Scout Service satellites and stuff probably have all that info.
Well, what's the temperatures going to be like out there? Is it going to be super cold, super hot?
So let's look here. So let me grab the planet here, map and data.
Because I'm looking at it, and I think I might buy an atmosphere tester because it's really bad out there, isn't it? The same.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the planet, and it is. If you look down to the second section, atmospheric related details. The base temperature is 10 C. And let's see. So it. See, daytime, nighttime effects. -1, so 9. You're going to look at it like a single digit with the wintertime, a single digit C. So, cold.
We need to get some cold weather clothes.
I mean, it's not going to be zero.
Nope, but it's still cold.
It's still going to be cold. Yeah, it's still going to be cold.
Well, the armor should keep us pretty warm, but yeah, probably cold weather clothing. I'm gonna get a battle axe because I think there's probably gonna be some trees that need to be cut down.
Trees
That's
made
fine.
of metal and circuitry.
Well,
Yeah,
they
the
plant
battle
regular trees and stuff, and they prepare for farmland to try to get local source produce and all that crap.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, if you look at that, here I'll take it off my cool splash screen and put it back on the map. You go through a bunch of farm collectives, and the ruler works on this too, because I'm all about the OCD.
No, it's all coming up zero. Maybe you didn't specify a scale.
Is it?
Any distance is zero.
Ah,
Got no grid. Got no scale in it.
let me
Scale.
Yeah, I see what it is. Let's see. Okay, it is. Okay, I need to enable the grid. Now it'll work.
Then you have a bar at the bottom, which is kind of a guide, except the distance is not right when I try it with an arrow. You're gonna have to calibrate.
A little bit, yeah. So it's a little. So this is a little bit smaller, right? So we've got.
Gonna do some division today.
60. Well, see, it's actually it's only measured from the center of the grid, right? So it goes.
Maybe you're at the wrong units.
Well, you can't see. So each grid, unless I make the grid really tiny, then I can change the scale. But the grids are 10 kilometers a piece. But it automatically snaps.
Oh
to the
no,
center.
okay, you got the right distance now.
Yep. So
Except,
it automatically snaps to the grid. So that's right within 0.5%, right? So it's
except you got the 100 miles, 62 kilometers. You got the kilometers as if they were bigger than a mile, which is incorrect.
oh right. I sure did. I flip flopped it. I sure did. I flip flopped it. Here I am Canadian. Yeah, I flip flopped it. Disregard the 100 miles.
So good. It's perfect.
There. Done. I'll come back and fix it. I think what I did. I think what I did. I was measured off of two things, and I never did fix it.
Map only is really needed. We got a lifetime. Probably got a lifetime campaign as Rangers of the New Robot Frontier or something.
Right. So it's what 80.
Is it flatland or are there hills?
60.
Why do they let the robots donut them by building all the exterior and peripheral new cities on the periphery of their culture? I mean, this is worse than the bloody Planet of the Apes new movies. No.
Well, let's say think about it. There's no people. I mean, there's no people. I mean, there are. I mean, there's probably 20 plus million on this whole planet, and it's a little larger than Earth, and it has more landmass than Earth.
We trust the robots whose minds are mutating any which way.
well, see that's why they need administrating, right? They need oversight. They need
a firm hand.
They need one group of guys. I mean, you could probably stay employed just deactivating robots your whole life, right? There's but yeah, that is a branch of that's a real job. That's a real job that has lots of work. But and then of course you've got all these people. Of course, they in a lot of these cities. So what they do is they promote, building the cities out there like that are basically free to occupy. It promotes people to move, and it also promotes the people not all staying in one place and taxing out the resources there, in one area. So, and you might imagine each one of these little kolkhozes or Dravivka or whatever probably has security forces and stuff for creatures or local law enforcement and stuff like that. So it really kind of is the when you can really kind of think of a lot of these colony worlds kind of like you would think of a whole solar system. I mean, you've got at the core, you've got the law and population, and then the frontier. But you have it at a planetary scale, and as well as a system scale, because there's all kinds of little dotted colonies out all amongst the planets as well. So there's probably another million people or so living out on all the other planets. And if you take a look at the solar system, a lot of these planets have interesting things on them, or things to see or do, or people or mining colonies, or you name it. So tons of planets. So it only looks like I've only put the game inside of one subsector, but when you recognize how many planets there are and how much stuff there's actually going on there, there's a ton of things to do. And I haven't set that up to actually be the limit anyway. I mean, eventually, if you do want to pull this push in a for real space opera sort of grander adventure sort of direction, I mean, I've got all that kind of stuff. The weird and the wild stuff out there. I mean, again, there are some things that have been reported in the news lately about strange aliens out there on the edge, nipping at the corners of the Helix sector. And in fact, probably the one with the best stories again is Omen, because he's actually been out there. He's actually been to a lot of planets. He's actually been out on a ship for months at a time, exploring and searching and all that. And you probably know that that the stories about the what are probably just here. Let me find it here. Encyclopedia. To a lot of people, there's just stories about Helix sector. Where I put it? There's far robots. There it is. About the rocks. These other weird aliens that have technology. Most of the people living on these planets just think it's kind of a fairy tale or a story.
Oh, sorry, we're still on the other map you showed us. If you're showing us something from the
I didn't click on it, but here it is. So if you look in the under Helix and everything's in the library data. So there's the introduction and like I said, more than you ever wanted to read, but just it's not meant for you don't got to consume it all at once. But there is legitimately at least one belligerent bunch of aliens out there, and of course the Gumantu, who are the nomads, they ran into him first, and now there's sort of rumored that they're in some sort of like apocalyptic war with them, or they're fighting them, or they're bitter enemies or something. So the Gumantu they're your really kind of like your space nomads, right? I mean, they're the ones that have traveled much farther and further than any other people have. They're kind of a space-born culture. They do have a planet or a system here in the Helix subsector, but they have a whole other subsector that only they populate. Now it's probably incredibly sparsely populated, but but they've done a lot of traveling out into the actual galaxy, and so you might imagine the Erudites hate them. Almost as bad as they don't like the Occidentals, because the Occidentals created the Colonial Scout Service. They don't want people messing with anything out there. They don't really want people exploring out. And the Gumantu running around out in space willy nilly and living out there exploring for exploring's sake, they're not real happy about that. And of course, here's a great example that now there's stories that there's belligerent aliens out there, and they don't want them to find home, So.
Okay, so where are we at here? I got some gear.
I think we're about good. We don't want to start anything new. I know you guys got to really sort of read up, gear up, that kind of thing. So, and we put a good we crossed the T's and dotted the I's on that last mission there. I think in fairly.
Yeah, we're just setting up. I'll send you a private message.
Yeah.
On all the equipment I'm buying.
fairly decent message, fairly decent manner. So I think we actually have a couple weeks off this next time. So I'll send out a. I think Steve.
Yeah, if you want to synchronize so that we're sure that it's with Jerry's off week, I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, we certainly can.
That would be the 6th, 7th. As I understand.
I mean, we're not going next week. We're not going next week anyway, because what would that be? 23rd?
23rd for you, 24th for us.
Everybody's kind of busy then for things.
Right.
Then the 30th, and then the next one is the 6th, as you said.
Well, why don't we ask that question? Because, I mean, Christmas is Saturday, or Christmas Eve is Saturday, Christmas Day is Sunday. And then New Year's Eve is Saturday, New Year's Day is Sunday.
Yeah, Steve, you're physically going to be gone, though, aren't you? You're going to camping.
We are, but we actually come back on the 24th to have Christmas here with my niece, and then go back down again on Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we will actually be here on the 24th.
I'm available both Fridays. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah, Friday is still out of the way. I'm okay with any Friday as well, but we should talk to Jerry.
Yeah. Get a quorum.
Jerry has a big family, so he may be busy with Christmas.
Well, yeah, I guess what I'm saying is over the holidays, I'm okay.
Yep. Well, once I get back after the 1st,
Some will be busy.
I've got 2 weeks off, and I'm just going to plan on gaming whenever I can.
Sure. Okay. So I also have something else that I've done. Like there's actually I've got like a slew of stories here that I can tell. So what I've done is I've drawn up another one that is like a meanwhile in some other part that's a one shot with like pre-gens and all that kind of stuff. That I thought I would roll. That I thought I'd do on an in between Friday. So like we'd have a 3 in a row. At some point.
If you can swing that, and if it is in fact short, that would be great.
It's one night for sure. And it's just you hear about all, like I've told you all about these other strange people like the crew and the Gumantu and all that kind of stuff. I've written some adventures of like putting you in some of their shoes, and with instances, things that have happened to them or things. It's like it's a meanwhile elsewhere in my little universe kind of story.
Great.
But that we can do on a Friday in between as well. Just so just talk to Jerry and we'll see what the quorum says.
If it turns out the main campaign is January 6th, you might run one game in one of these other Fridays.
Yeah, I can. Like I've got it done. I've got it. I've got it already done and ready to go.
Okay. So if all the questions are resolved, I pretty much have to go by now.
Okay.
Or not really, but let's just say.
Well, we'll post it. We'll post it up on the message board there and get everybody to chime in.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks a lot. I'll see you all later on.
See you later, matey.
Right,
have a good New Year, New Christmas, Happy New Year, and a good Christmas and everything else.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Bye.
Happy Christmas.
And a Merry New Year.
Yeah, a hairy Christmas and a Merry New Year. That's the one.
Happy Christmas and a Merry New Year.
That's the one.
So we've got Renown 2 with what are we calling these gangs?
Freelancers.
Freelance.
Freelancers.
Is that a group thing or one by one?
So basically, it's you as a group. You as a group have a renown of 2. So basically, that's going to be like +2s when we're making task rolls of that kind of nature, and then also, just like the way skills work, a certain amount gives you enough. Like for instance, with medical skill of 3 is a doctor. Like you are actually a doctor. You know what I mean? So like it does 2 things. It gives you a +3, but it also gives you a level 3, meaning that you are this much. So that's obviously the higher the renown, the more well known in all the things you would get without having to make any rolls. But
one skill away from doctor.
But as well. So
and I think I have 3 bennies.
Okay. You start off
because I think I burned one.
Yep. So you got 3 left. Yeah, you start out the game with 1 per term, and then you got 1 as a reward for the last. And that's probably the way it'll go. So you'll probably get if it's nothing, unless something extraordinary happens, you'll probably get an AP and a brownie point. When you complete things. If it's particularly long, maybe more. If it's short, maybe not. Maybe only one or the other, that kind of thing. But that's kind of the pace. So if you think about it, you do maybe 4 or 5 adventures. You've got enough APs to start rolling a 10 or better for another higher skill. So skilling up is quicker. It's going to be quicker, right? Than it is in classic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm set.
And the brownies work. Basically, they work the best way they can to your benefit. So it's always after the roll, and it can either let you re-roll or add a +1. Or a -1 to somebody else, or what? I mean, it's really kind of like however you want to use it in the best fashion that you can. You just can't spend more than 1 at a time.
Right. Well, it was fun watching Darwin almost get killed.
Yeah. I thought I was scared. I thought you were actually going to die there because
I was a little worried.
I was a little worried. He kept making the interrupts, and he was hitting. And
I kept wanting to yell out in the middle of the fight.
I can't believe you.
Remember, I could have killed all these people.
Both of you took like the maximum number of hits too that you could take before you went down. Like before you were both like really bloody before it was actually over.
Darwin likes to go to the wall. He likes to go.
I thought one roll it was going to be like whoever rolled first. I pretty much thought that's the way it was going to go down. Because well,
it's not like John didn't shoot me in the fucking eye.
I know. I shot him right in the eye. The first adventure he had.
Save the eye, all right? The eye is good.
You
works.
Save the eye. You save the eye.
Exactly.
You still have a monster.